Meet John Kieti, who, like many other Kenyans, had planned on spending Christmas with his loved ones and even looked forward to traveling out of town for the festivities. However, like tens of other Kenyans, he has been a victim of ATM fraud, with fraudsters gaining access to his bank account through a scheme known as skimming.
By the time I was going to the ATM, my PIN had already been changed. I put in my PIN the first time, says incorrect PIN, second time says incorrect. So it's at the point of calling my bank that, to my shock, there was 2 transactions made supposedly 5 o'clock that day. So.
And on social media, other Kenyans told similar stories that somewhat dampened the festive mood.
Well, I was shocked because and also regretted not acting fast to the earlier messages that I was seeing that guys should go and change their PIN numbers.
The bank in question, Standard Chartered Bank, has over the last 1 month been sending customers a cautionary statement that reads, "Dear customer, you are strongly advised to change your ATM PIN immediately. Please go to your nearest Standard Chartered ATM and change your PIN."
There seems to be a reassurance from the bank that they could potentially reverse the transaction because I'm very sure that I didn't withdraw the cash. I'm so sure I didn't go to an ATM earlier than that.
So what exactly has been happening to enable fraudsters access one's ATM? Banking experts suspect the use of electronic devices called skimmers that copy information embedded in your ATM card.
Magnetic stripe technology is easily duplicated and cloned across, and so you can create duplicate cards effectively.
What we find is what we call skimming, and you give your card to somebody, instead of going to the device, he goes past another small device, and one swipe and they've got your details.
And if you get access to the PIN number of the user, then you can access the account of the user.
Most banks in the country use what is called the magnetic strip technology. However, the rest of the world has since moved on to the chip and PIN card technology, which is not as easy to duplicate.
But the problem is, as the rest of the world adopts chip, the weaker standard is the magnetic stripe, the black stripe on the back of the card. And if we become one of the few countries left that actually use that technology and continue to issue those cards, we're already seeing international fraud starting to target the countries that are the easy pickings, you might say.
The other thing I'm really wondering is perhaps our ATMs should be guarded more and better, because the fraudsters will not get that chance to set up their devices at the ATMs if they were guarded better.
Begging the question as to why local banks are yet to adopt new technology.
The only way to go ahead, of course, would be to implement it, but in a step-by-step process, because deploying that in one go may be too expensive for the industry to absorb. But I think going step by step would be the way to.
For now, there are a few security measures one can take. First is setting a limit on how much money can be withdrawn from your ATM account. Second, avoid using your ATM if you can make a cash purchase. And before using any ATM machine, check to see if it looks irregular. For instance, your ATM card may be more difficult to insert, or the keypad looks or feels irregular. And finally, always remember your ATM balance in order to quickly report fraud. Henry Gedaiga, Citizen Live at 9.